Hello friends, and welcome back to me, Self-Critical Automaton, playing Dwarf Fortress. Today I'm going to do the roundup of the things I missed in Sen's Fortress. I've already taken care of the first part. I'm sure you remember the Hall of Cages, where good friend, where NPC to be rescued, Big Hat Logan is languishing. Languishing is a good word. Languishing in a cage, which he apparently locked himself in, so... Alright, big hat. It is a very big hat.
Oh, heavens. Thank you, I say. And I have to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Farling Shrine. Speak with me then, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Okay, sure. You gonna teach me to be a wizard?
Oh, hello. I'll be home later.
So, yeah, he actually won't teach you to be a wizard unless you have at least 14 intelligence, if I remember correctly. It might be 12, pretty sure it's 14. It's Grigsy who won't teach you if you have less than 12. So, yeah, there's a couple more things to get, which we can head this way for. I've already taken out a bunch of the snakes around here, so we won't have to bother with them. Although I think traps do reset. See, that is a dead snake. Yeah, so I was going to go... Are these... Which way are these falling? I should probably take care of that snake so it doesn't jump me later, but I can't be bothered. It's probably fine. Now, I left these pointing out the back wall. I'm not sure if it's reset. No, it hasn't. Fantastic. Please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. Okay, fine. That was close. See, I don't know what governs the reset on these. I've never figured it out. Anyway, let's point them back over there where it's nice and safe. So, there's one or two items that I can't actually remember properly how to get. And there's, that's what leads on up to the rest of the level. And there's also a few items that I sort of know how to get. Down here was where we got the Spear of Lightning. Was there another way? I know that there is the hole that fills up, as you can see. That's where the lightning was. There's nothing down that hole in here. There, this is where... I think there was an item here, but, yeah. Is this where I think it is? This is not where I think it is, this is just a hole. So, yeah, I was going to go to the Great Hollow and then the Ash Lake, which... Oh, yeah, that's where the item was, on that guy. And the Ash Lake, because those are, two... I went up that left, I think. Because those are two areas that are optional and that it would be good to go to. However, they are down at the horrible downstairsy place with all the nasty gubbins. So instead of going down... Oh shit! Indiana Jones, protect me. Yeah, so you might also notice I have more than 10 Estus flasks. That's because I... in anticipation of this place, I kindled the bonfire in Andre's tower one more time. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit dozy or sleepy sounding or whatever. And sniffly, I have the bad hay fever again, which is it sucks, frankly, and I hate it. But what can you do? Such is life. C'est la vie. Yes. Now I need to get to the other side of this door. That's what I need to do. How do I do that? This way leads down to... one of these. Let's see if we can step on it on the way down. I think this might be the one that goes to where the thingamajig was, the lightning spear. It's a long way down. Yep. This is where that was. Is it? Yeah, it is. God damn it. So, I'm pretty sure the other lift is accessed. The other lift is how you access the other, oh, whoops. I didn't even mean to step on it. I'm pretty sure the other lift is how you access the other one of these cage rooms. But how do you get to it? That's what I want to know. Is there another one of these? See one. Well, in that case, I will call it a mystery for now and head off to the other last thing to do, which is... we're gonna get squished. Let's wait and see. No, we are not. Fantastic. So, there's also the bottom downstairs area, which is from all the way down here. Way back in the first room, I think, is the easiest place to access it from. Although we will have... Oh, you might also notice I'm using a different sword. This is the barbed short sword, which I'm using because it does bleed damage, and I haven't been using bleed damage very much, so I thought I might, you know, give it a bit of a... Oh, dicks. Well, that's me, Dad. So I'm not going to edit out this corpse run because I need to go back to that first room anyway, and I didn't really have very many souls on my corpse. So yeah, wow, okay, that was embarrassing. It does not matter how many times you've been through Sen's Fortress, you will A, forget where everything is, and B, end up dying in a stupid manner. Let's see if we can lure one of these guys out. That was not what I meant to do. Nor was that. Oh, for fuck's sake. How did he dodge one of those? That's not fair. Let's give him a fireball for his troubles. There you go. So yeah, bleed damage. You build it up like poison. When it reaches a certain amount, not that you can see the amount building up on your opponent, they take a massive crit like that. But I think, you know, after they get hit by the bleed, when the meter empties is when you can next do it also. It is fairly effective against these guys, provided you're fighting them one at a time. I'm sure you remember how much difficulty I had with them when we first reached this section. Right, now, where I want to go is actually down there. There's, as you can see, there's a Titanite demon there. There's actually 4 Titanite demons down in that area. See that item up there? That is one of the items I am trying to get. But, can't find the route to. There's also, you remember the giant who opened the gate? That giant is actually accessible. You can get to him and fight him, and he does not respawn, unlike the boulder dropping giant who does respawn. But, that was fewer than usual. Ha! Look at him splat. See that over there? There's more of them. That's... Actually, it's probably a good idea to try and hit them from here. Normally I just drop down and stab them, but if I can hit them from here, I can probably take them out. So, yeah. Or at least take one of them out. Maybe 2. I don't think it can hit me from here. I think there is actually a maximum range on their lightning bolts. So, yeah. Now, the reason I wanted to get the iron ring before coming back to Sen's Fortress is because there is a horrible thick mud down on the bottom. It's actually really impressively animated. It's like you're not wading. It's, you know, it's like an inch deep, but it's super sticky, so you walk really slowly. So naturally, you need the iron ring. Now, I've talked before about how items, you know, half of the magic of a famous artifact is down to its, you know, what it's been associated with over the years, rather than, you know, a wizard going, I'm going to make this be a +5 strength ring. So, it mentions that the rusted iron ring is a shackle. Fine then. Is a shackle, which was used to transport the condemned. So, if you've broken your shackles, you know, you've escaped, you've become free. So why... So, the, that becomes a ring, a magic item, and what it does is it lets you ignore... Is that... I definitely hear someone running. Is that Mr. Snaky going to drop down behind me? Because the escape from down there loops up and... Oh, there he is! Ha 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 ha! Not getting the drop on me this time, are you? Ha ha! Yeah, suck on that. Snake's drool, undead rule. Yeah, so... You know, this item was associated with, you know, oppression and whatever the opposite of freedom is, I guess. You know, like confinement and imprisonment has become a magic item associated with freedom of movement. And it's not both halves of a shackle, it's one half of a shackle. So therefore, you know, whoever was tied up with it, you know, broke free. And that's kind of how magic items work, through mythic association. Or through direct divine intervention, of course, but you can't have everything. So we can actually drop down safely here to where those Snaky McSnake persons are. There's one more, I can't quite see where it is. I was hoping to get the drop on it, but... There we go. Yeah, yeah, hiss, hiss, hiss. Over you go. Oh, okay, that's not actually exactly death down there. Bit of a sitting duck, though, or a sitting snake. Snaking duck. So yeah, I think there's no way onto here, yep, so I have to drop down further, but first I must remember I have a horrible habit of forgetting to switch my rings, so here we go. Rusted iron ring. It was once used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground such as swamps. So the other thing is, I've heard a few places people mention the idea that... So you're a human being, right? But you can only wear 2 rings. Now there's a long tradition in... I think that guy's seen me. In RPGs of only wearing 2 magic rings. 1 on each hand. I mean, this is for mechanical purposes, to limit your power and stop you being able to wear just a ton of powerful rings. But also... This, I mean, it's only really for mechanical purposes, as I mentioned. But often, people, you know, come up with some kind of in-world explanation for the limitation. So... Ouch. Yeah, these guys are pretty tough. I prefer not to fight them mano a mano. This over here is the escape. It's going to lead us back upstairs. It's a good thing these are a bit vulnerable to fire. A little bit vulnerable. Let's see if we can keep him kited around the pillar. Fireball, fireball. Save me from giant headless monsters. And of course their attacks are huge range, so they go right through the pillars. Oh, that's not fair. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, rings. So, you know, in Dungeons and Dragons-y things, which is actually the I think originating the origin, the original place that trope came from. In Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games, you know, they'd say, well, there's only so much magic your body can handle. If you have too much magic, you get all weirded or whatever. But one theory I've heard is that in Dark Souls, it's because these rings weren't made for humans. You know, these are the rings of Gwyn's Knights. These are the rings of various different mythic creatures. What do we know about mythic creatures? They're giants. What do we know about giants? They are big. So therefore... Look, see, that's really impressively done. The craters of my footprints. And you can see it's not, it's, you know, it's like tar or something rather than... Yeah, anyway. Let's take care of this one next. I think this is where we get the scythe, or the bardiche, actually. He's probably going to hit me. Yep, he hit me. I always forget that they have that move. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, damn it. So then the, I can't even remember, I'm so sorry. When I get hay fevery, I get super forgetful and distracted when I forget what I'm doing. So yeah, giant rings. You're not wearing them as finger rings, you're wearing them as bracelets. Yeah, because they're massive, because giants. So yeah, that wasn't... But then a shackle for a giant would be like significantly larger, again, because it wouldn't be a giant's finger ring, it would be a giant's shackle, right? So maybe the shackle was for humans. Anyway, this is all just musing, really. These guys are only worth 2,000 souls, which has always bothered me, because they're actually often pretty tough. Yeah, 2 items here. We got Soul of a Brave Warrior, I'm sure he was. And the Scythe, although... See, that's called a scythe, but I've always understood that what that shape of weapon is a bardiche. So I don't know if that's a mistranslation, or if scythe and bardiche are fairly arbitrary categories, or what, you know? Is it one of those things where there's just loads of different names and no one really agrees? Or is it like where there's something really specific, like the old Bohemian ear spoon? Oh, hello. You're awfully big and... Oh shit, there's 2 of them in here, I forgot about that. You gonna come to the corner so I can fight you? I guess that's a yes. It's quite hard to... Their attacks are very telegraphed, but it's quite hard to tell which ones are which often. Oh! Okay, that was a lot of damage, wow. I'm gonna... Can he? I don't think he can get through here. I could lure him to the corner and then fill him full of arrows. Come on. Oh, you great big grumbly bastard. Oh, don't jump away, that's cheating. Don't jump back, that's cheating too. Basically anything that makes it hard for me to fight you is cheating. That's the rules, I don't make the rules, except I do make the rules, because this is my Let's Play. And what I say goes. So I was explaining earlier why I've decided to come straight to Sen's Fortress instead of going to the Ash Lake and the Great Hollow. The reason, quite simply, is that... I wonder why this guy takes less damage. Maybe because I hit the last one in the head or something. Come on, 3rd hit. After 3-hit combo. Whoops. Yeah, and basically, I don't want to have to go down back through Blighttown. And a bit later on we're going to get an item that lets us walk between bonfires, which makes life so much easier since I don't have to fuck about with the Blighttown elevator and climbing up and down all these ridiculous places. Come on, 3rd hit, there we go. Okay. Oh no! Well, that's the end of today's episode anyway. Yeah. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, I guess. Bye. Oh, hang on. I need to do my customary... Bye-bye. See you later. Bye.